And welcome back, everyone, to Fate Extella, the finale, maybe, of Altera's. We're getting real close to it. Definitely getting close. I gotta remember how to play. It's been a week. Although I say that every week, you know. Same old, same old. Gene. Alright, so, true story, I've just got finished playing Genshin. So, you know, Jean d'Arc, Janu. Alright, Altera, level 17, continue. I think this is the last chapter for Altera's. So it might be shorter episodes this week, because I just want to do Altera stuff. I don't want to start any like the side stories or do the finale. So let me make sure here. I think everything is good. Yep, we're good on that end. We will talk to Altera, as we always do. We gotta give head pats to the Titan. Sometimes when Altera holds me in her hands, it feels like a really powerful massage. So much so that I almost nod off this time. But when I'm about to, I happen to remember something the Golden King of Heroes said. What did he mean exactly? Mongrel. Mock mongrel. He apparently calls everyone that, at least about the mock part. But he specifically directed that mock at Altera. Why was that?
そうですね。簡単な説明だけで済ませてしまっていて、詳細にはお伝えしていませんでした。英霊としての私、石室の外で
Oh, that's right. We saw Altera get flustered last time.
私について、あれはやはり夢のようなものなのです。
That sounds like what she said about it last time. I'd like to know more if she's willing to tell me.
あ、ごめんなさい。つい同じことを言ってしまいますね。私にとっての実感はどうしてもそれなものだから、ついここにいる私は眠りません。あなたたちのようには、地上の生物のようには睡眠を得ません。あるとすれば、そう、自己診断機能を走らせている時などの一時的なスリープモードくらいのもの。正しく睡眠を得ることはないのです。だから夢というのもほんの少しだけ意味合いが変わるのですけど。
I wonder if she is something more like daydreams. Things you see in your head while you're awake. I don't know why I did this, but as soon as I did see, I just did it again, but air quotes came up, you know? You gotta do the little air quotes. I don't know if anyone else does that, but I definitely do it.
私の夢としてある英霊の私。私にとって私というのはこうありたい自分です。もしくはすぐに覚める夢。私にとって私というのは禁忌すべき自分です。もしくは戻らなければならない現実。別人というのではないのです。基本的には私たちは完全な同一人物。ただプログラムが違うだけ。
This is getting a little hard to follow, but I won't butt in right now. I'll just listen and keep focused.
私には私としての記憶はありますが、それはあくまでそういう体験をしたという知識でしかありません。あなた方が眠りから覚めた時、こんな夢を見たと情報処理するのと同じことなのです。
I see. I think I can understand how that might feel, but I seem to remember the hero Altera talking about what goes on within the cavern.
ええ、それはもちろん、英霊としての私は石室にいる私の言動を明確に把握しています。でも私は違います。英霊としての私が感じたこと、思ったこと、それらの全てを受け取ることは叶いません。構造的問題ですね。私は受信機能に少し問題があるんです。ゼロではないけど 100% でもない。ままならないといえばそうかもしれません。
Does dreaming help you process information? That does sound like a dream. She wants to know when she'll wake from dreams. She's all about the dreams.
なのですか？あ、いえ、私は人間の見る夢というものを情報として知ってはいても体感していません。ですから、あなたにそう言われるとなんだか不思議というか妙な気持ちになりますね。
Ah, Sleepy Tom. Okay, that was weird. I don't think that'll show up to the recording, so my monitor just like flashed. Really caught me off guard. Really caught me off guard. I was like, oh no.
一つだけ私からも良いでしょうか。確認しておきたいことがあるのです。
I don't mind, but I wonder why she's asking all of a sudden.
ありがとうございます。ではまず質問を行う前にあらかじめ言って、これはあくまで優勢の先兵としての私の否定的行動です。効率的にセラフを侵食するためのものです。他には意図はありません。ありませんからね。
Roger, Roger, Altera. Sure, Roger that. I wrote this script. This is strictly professional research for the purpose of destroying the world. Maybe I shouldn't answer it then.
あなたに拒否権はないと思ってください。いいえ、そのように明確に覚悟なさい。では、尋ねます。天皇体に備わったあなたという知性は、
what?
をどのように感じて、いえ、改めて尋ねます。
We have stunned Altera. Sure, recalibrate away.
あなたという知性は私たちの前に現れた新たな障害についてどのように感じているのか。あなたにとってのメインサーバント、本来のあなたが共に戦うべき存在について速やかに返答を、虚偽を述べることは許しません。
She's asking how I feel about Saber, right?
そうです。セイバ
Look
ー
at
に
that
つい
blush.
てあなたは
Look at that blush
一
spot.
体どのようにして感じ、どう捉えているのか。返答次第では私にはある程度まであなたに多大な苦痛をもたらす用意があります。
How extraordinary are we talking? Well, I see where she's going with this. I'll go ahead and answer. You know what? Hakuno's a person that never knows anything. I don't know. To be honest, I still don't know. Our last negotiations ended before I could get a clear impression of her. I can't say that I feel anything in particular toward her, really.
そうですか。いいえ、十分な返答です。ありがとうございました。自分でもよくわからないのですが、
Oh, the good old knowledge
確認してお
base.
きたくなっただけです。でも今の返答で胸の異常、いえ、使えというのでしょ
We
う
were
か。
about to give Altera a heart attack.
とにかく
Simple
胸
terms.
の機能が正常に戻った気がします。
Look at us, Bond 10 already, man. Altera might be the highest Bond-like servant we've got in this game. A special sleep mode will be in effect tonight, Altera told me earlier, so please do not wander about her. Or wander about. I don't know what to expect, but I couldn't have guessed she'd drape a cloth over me. I've been very curious about her sleep mode. I wonder what exactly happens to her. And I also want to know about the heavy ringing sound that echoes after she set that cloth. That's a big bed. It looks very uncomfortable though. When I stick my head out, I see a few things that are different. The altar is still there, of course, and so is the beautiful Titan sleeping gently upon it. It looks like she's floating. Her back looks like she's floating. At least she looks like she's asleep. If she hadn't already told me she sleeps differently than humans do, I wouldn't know any different. Whatever her definition of sleep is, she looks deeply into it now. I feel a rising sense of duty and curiosity. I must know more. The future of Seraph depends on me learning everything I can about this Titan, everything down to the finest detail of its structural composition. My motives are entirely pure. Entirely. As both an ambassador and as a warrior for humanity, exploring the great unknown is my solemn duty. If she heard me say that, she'd call it a lie. But, unfortunately, the Titan's eyes are shut tight. I have no other choice. The time has come to begin the Great Titan Expedition. Alright. I was going to say alright chat, there is no chat. So we got face, abdomen, or chest. We're going with chest. We're going with the safe bet. Earthen hills, frosted with snow on one side, smooth, slippery, and unstable as they rise and fall. Her breathing is steady, just like a slumbering human's would be. I don't actually hear her breath, but the movements in her chest definitely suggest a human-like respiratory system. And then there's... well, there's more to say about the hills. I can't properly call them mountains, nor is there much of a valley between them. Hawkno's a perv. Nonetheless, they are certainly imposing in their own right. And their sheer surface appear especially challenging to climb. Visual recon complete. I'll leave them be. Another breath. We'll save the face for last. I really am tempted to make that the thumbnail for this week. I approach this being's core, as in core muscles, but a trap springs out and ensnares me. Ensnares me. As I try to learn it and lean in to examine her markings, I slip and roll into uncharted territory. I'd find myself in an awkward predicament. Though not an urgent one, in fact I see no need to leave just yet. The smoothness of her skin has a certain power over me, faint and subtle, but soft and unquestionably feminine. I note that her belly has an elastic quality, much like a human's would, rising and falling without her stimulated breathing, or with her stimulated breathing. My will to continue the expedition is fading rapidly. This belly has all the properties of an exceptionally comfortable bed. I fear for my productivity.
それ以上はダメですよ。私のマスター。
False alarm. The subject of our expedition can apparently talk in her sleep, also like a human. This is a preliminary theory, but as I test her belly's restorative properties, I observe that my mana recovery rate seems to be rising. Do her internal organs act as mana generators? Is certainly possible. Perhaps I was unconsciously drawn not to her belly, but to what may be her central healing point, which I can now say is the real purpose of this expedition in the first place. Maybe. We must go to the face. The face, the neck, the nape, the line from the clavicle, such intricate shapes. There is a certain beauty to be found here. One might call it evidence of the divine, the soft, umber skin, the long, full eyelashes, the distinctive charm on her profile. The temperature here is cooler than one might expect, but not inhospitable. Her skin has a smooth, mildly adhesive texture. I resist the temptation to press my cheek against hers. The texture of her lips intrigues me, so I reach my hand out, but a moment of clarity washes over me and I stop myself. Pure as my motives are, touching her lips is certainly forbidden. Though she is, in fact, an alien weapon who happens to resemble a young woman, her lips are still her lips. I note a sudden rise in temperature from the cheeks. Not hers, mine. This concludes our exploration of the facial area. This has been an exhausting journey. As I rest, I observe that my expedition is incomplete. Lying face up as she is, I am unable to explore her other side. If only she would roll over. But she won't. As far as this research has shown, once she goes into sleep mode, she remains completely motionless for the duration.
So, お思いですか?
She's not asleep! Huh? What?
私は眠りません。眠るという機能を持っていないのです。ですから、今回のスリープモードであれ、どれだけ体を休めていたとしても、
We've been
意
found
識だ
out.
けは常に覚醒状態にあるのです。それなのに、あなたは
We've been found out.
勝手にゴム体に顔に触れて、首筋に触れて、唇と胸には
I mean, you know,
なぜか触れませんでした。
Bakuno's not that much of a D-chin.
私の子宮の真上であんな風に寝そべったりして、どういう、なぜあんなことして、私どれだけ恥ずかしい。
No, you see, I thought that this would be a unique opportunity to gather information and knowledge for my species. That's all I was after. Really?
探索対象にしていいだなんて、あなたに言った覚えは一度だってありません。ありませんよね。それとも、もしかして私がスリープモードで自己診断するよりも前に何か言っていましたか？言っていないはず。私、そんな願望。いえ、おかしなことは絶対。
Her neck and shoulder muscles are clearly connected as a human's would be. I know this because she tilted her neck, and now I'm falling. It was like a slide.
もういけない人、大丈夫ですか？私はまだ何もしていないのに、私から落ちて死なれてしまっては困ります。
What a way to die. Could you imagine falling off of a Titan? Well, sliding down a Titan? That's how you go?
本当に困りますから、気をつけてくださいね。
An amazing discovery. Slipping off the curving slope, I found myself engulfed in a pool of warm mana. Now that I've tasted this experience, I'll never forget it. I jump to my feet and request an encore.
私は構わないのですが、その
That
楽しいのですか？
pick the just the thought of Hakuno jumping up and down like that. Look at the arms. Of course, it's an incomparable thrill. She could be your own theme park. Her flatness is so aerodynamic, you can really build up a lot of speed. We'll call this ride the Wild Washboard. Name of the episode, the Wild Washboard.
それは私の体を大変気に入ってくれたのですね。サーバントとして誇らしいです。
Wait, what just happened? Altera smiles brightly and picks me up in a vicious fashion.
では、もっと楽しんでいただこうかしら。
Oh no, we done goofed.
滑り台がお好みでしたら、フリーフォールやコースターもありますので。
No, I'm good for now. I mean, I'm sorry. I immediately regret everything I just did. So could you put me down, Miss Altera?
いいえ、ご遠慮なさらず。私は探検対象になるような女ですもの。あなたが謝ることはありません。だって、私もこれからたっぷり思考実験をするのですから。
She's eating our head.
どうかお楽しみを。私のマスター、思う限りもてあそばせていただき
I'm
ま
just
すね。
saying this is worth it. Help me! What a thing. What a thing. Alright, let's make sure. Install skills. Noble Phantasm. we go. Let's look at our side missions. We don't want to worry about that one unless... Oh, I guess we will. Defeat 500 enemies. Take over 3 sectors. Excel maneuvers. Should be easy enough. Alright, there's a plant. Can't wait to see how this is gonna destroy us.